Do you hate ads? I hate ads. You know what I love? Patreon.com/inkdependence, where patrons get access to a patron-only Discord, ad-free videos, and the joy of knowing they help support this channel. Hello folks, welcome to Inkdependence. I'm Mike, and today I've got a cool pen to show you from Zodiac Pens, and that is this one right here. This is the Gemini model from Zodiac Pens. As the name would imply, Bart makes all kinds of pens with lots of different shapes and sizes and that sort of thing, all vaguely themed around the idea of the Zodiac. So if you're a person who's like, hey, what's your sign or whatever, you can maybe answer with a pen and be like, this one. This is not my sign. It's a little bit bigger, actually. This is the Gemini model, which is Bart's sign. I liked the size of the Gemini best, and so that's the one that he ended up giving me. This was given to me for review by Bart of Zodiac Pens. So thank you very much, Bart, for letting me use this pen and show it off. I've really enjoyed this one. This is a larger pen, but not super big. I'll compare it to a bunch of pens soon, and I'll give you a writing sample and all that sort of jazz. But just like admire the chatoyance in that material for a second. The finishing is really, really nice. I mean, you can see in the reflection of the light there, absolutely smooth. Just kind of a gorgeous feeling material too. I like this a whole lot. His pens are made out of various acrylics and that sort of thing, and they do use Jowo nibs in the number 6 size. You also have this very nice section here, which has a good pinch. This is a larger pen. It doesn't post or anything like that. It doesn't have any clips on it. He does make models like that, but this one just doesn't have it. I would just set the cap aside when I'm not using it. It's not a big deal for me. I really like the size of this section. It does make it feel like a large pen. It is 11 millimeters, sort of at the smallest area here of the pinch, and then it goes up to about 12.5 millimeters on either side of that. So if you hold further up here, you'll have a much higher hole, or it's a wider pen up here essentially. Also, the threads here at the section are very nice. They are not the kind that are going to bother your fingers. They feel good. There's no gutter underneath the section. Some pen makers will have that. It's not really necessary, and I think it kind of weakens the pen a little bit, just like materials wise. But this one is very strong, feels nice in the hand. As far as stats and that sort of thing go, we can do a bit of that here with the cap on. Like these, you have 5.74 inches or 145.7 millimeters. When you take the cap off, which takes a bit under 2 turns, it's probably like, I don't know, 1.75 turns or something like that, you end up with an uncapped length of 5.38 inches or 136.75 millimeters. And of course, as I said, it doesn't post, it doesn't have a pocket clip, so don't have to worry about those measurements. The cap will kind of go on the back here a little bit, but I'm sure some of his other models probably post. I don't have, this is the only one I have from him at this point. He does have a bunch of different models though, so a great place to find Zodiac Pens and Bart is at a pen show. He goes to a whole bunch of pen shows, and you can just like ogle the pens. You can check out the different models. Since we're talking about different models, it's Zodiac Pens, and so the pens follow sort of the Zodiac idea. For example, there's a Pisces one that's like kind of got like a fish shape to it with a big flare at the end. It's very interesting. There's the Virgo model for his daughter. It's a little bit smaller. There's a whole bunch of them. So, you know, go and check him out. If he hasn't got your sign yet, maybe it's one he's working on. Maybe you have an idea for him. I don't know. But these are really nice pens, and I think they're definitely worth checking out. I do like the weight of this pen. It's a little bit on the heavier side, I think, for an acrylic pen. But a lot of that is down to just the sort of like size of this thing, and also probably the acrylic material it's made of. As I said, the nibs here are Jowo number 6 nibs. This one happens to be a medium, no particular adornments or anything on there. And I went for the gold tone because I think it really goes well with the golds and such in the pen. When you want to fill the pen, it is a cartridge or converter style. This is standard international sizing here. We have a standard international converter in here, which you can get most anywhere, and they make it very easy to ink up your pen and also, of course, to clean it and all that jazz. I have just refilled this one because I like the ink so much. It goes with the pen, and also it kind of goes with the theme. This is Tono and Lim's Gemini's Duality, which is kind of that color, as we'll see here in the writing sample. But I think Gemini's Duality and a Gemini pen, and it's brown, I mean, it all fits together really well. So, man, these threads are so smooth. Really impressed with the smoothness of those threads on this pen. All right, let's look at it next to a bunch of other pens, sort of give you an idea of size, and then do a little writing sample here. All right, so here is the Zodiac pin code Gemini next to a bunch of other pens. We have here next to a Franklin-Christoph model 31. We have a TWSBI Eco over here because probably everybody's got one of those in their collection. This is the Sailor 1911 Large, which is the larger size of that pen, obviously. Then the Binu Euphoria and the Pilot Custom 743, which is the same size as the 823. It's just cartridge or converter instead of being a VAC. So it's on the larger size, I think, for these pens. It's a little bit bigger than this one here, and a little bit bigger than this one, but it's pretty well on par with like the Euphoria and the larger Pilots and larger Franklin-Christoph. So I think it's a really good size, for writing with for long term. These are some of my favorite pens to write with, for long pages, So let's go ahead and take off some caps and see how they compare. All right, so here are those same pens with the caps off of them now, and it is pretty much exactly the same length as the Euphoria, which is like one of the pens that I like writing with the most. I really love the size of this thing. It's a little bit longer than the 743, which I'm a little surprised about. This is also a great size for me. So this is kind of like right in my sweet spot. This one's a little bit on the shorter size, but often even with the large pen from the 1911 line, I will post it, which makes it even longer. But this is, I think, a really comfortable pen for long writing sessions, especially maybe if you have issues with your hands, or if you just have larger hands and like a girthier pen. This is definitely it's wider than any of the rest of these here at the section. So really nice pen to write with. Let's show you how that goes. Okay, so this is just some scratch paper that I keep around the office. It's usually like 20-pound paper, although this might be a little fancier. This might be my my sugarcane paper. Won't know until I start writing on it, probably. So let's kind of see how it goes. Yeah, writes really well. I have no complaints about how this one writes. Bart turned it up for me at the table there, and it writes really nicely. And this ink, of course, is also really pretty. Like I said, Gemini's Duality has this sort of, I don't know, it's a taupe ink. It's not quite a brown. It's kind of it's just an interesting color, and I really like a hard to define color like this. I think it goes really well with this pen. So this is at least my second refill for this. Might be third. I don't know. It's a little hard to say, but it's up there for sure. And I've only had this for a few months. So, very cool pen. Definitely worth checking out. Go to Bart's table. Tell him I sent you. And, enjoy your pen shows and enjoy your pens. Until next time. I should say this pen goes for $190, although prices will vary a bit depending upon the material and the model and things of that nature. So, in that upper hundreds area, maybe low 200s depending on the model. But kind of a very normal sort of custom pen area. So, thanks very much for watching. You'll see me again soon in another video. And until next time, think about what you put out in the world and make it a better place. Peace out, y'all. Oh, inky fingers. Wouldn't be a pen user if I didn't have a little bit of ink on my fingers.